Alrighty, happy November 24th. Happy Monday. Not exactly the best Monday, not exactly the best way to start the week, just like last week. So here, obviously we're going to be referring to my small account. That's what these videos are for, just to show you guys. I mean, this is all from an education standpoint, right? So this is basically my small journal. We did start this account on November 13th. Only had two losses. However, today, and if we go to the right, obviously my notes, it is what it is, right? But though we had some Wi-Fi problems, I still stand by my sell. I still stand by my charts. I still stand by my bias, right? So, um, it just sucks, Basically, I I don't even know how to even talk about it, but even though I put a sell stop, and if we go back to the chart, um, you know, I really wanted to see a sell, right? So I took a sell right on this green candle. Actually, let me just display it a little bit. I took a sell. I was sitting good on profit. I did actually take profit on the first trade. And then the second trade, I remember she was retracing, and it was really instantly. And I put my sell stop. Actually, it was a sell limit. And what that means is that if price comes back down, it's gonna trigger it and it's gonna flush, right? So that's exactly why I use a sell limit. It's very rare, but I still do use sell limit and sell stops. Um, Either way, in this case, I really wanted to basically see um, NAS flush. Now, ideally, Mondays you want to see stocks and especially NAS and US 30 basically shooting up, right? But why I went with a sell this morning. Now, ideally, if we broke this zone, my purple box, then I wanted to see basically come and just be extremely bullish, right? So, um, that's what I was looking for at the beginning, but then just looking at all this, I was like, we came down, jumped, came down, jumped, came down, flushed with a wick, right? So we came down, flushed it with a wick, came back down, came back up to retest it, and then we flushed. So we're holding right here. We're holding right here. We're holding right here. We're holding right here, right? We're holding right here, right here. Every time we come up, we're basically seeing these crazy moves, right? So, um, you know, it's one of those trades where I stand by my bias regardless of how it panned out. I mean, yeah, I've been basically looking at the charts the whole day trying to understand this, and um, it's kind of crazy. Even though I saw that we had this type of action, it would have made sense that if we were trying to hold over here and then break it, I didn't think of that, to be honest. It just, I really stand firm on this, on the sell bias that I had. Um, Now we go back on the small account, and especially when my second sell stop had got triggered, I just remember I heard. Remember, guys, I trade three accounts, right? My work account, and then my small account, and then I have another account that's bigger, right? Much bigger, but it's also with forex. So I'm trading two forex accounts. Not now. It's not really hard. It's not really stressful. I mean, managing the trades are extremely stressful, yes. However, it's not hard, right? Now, moving forward, I mean, I'm just really slapped mentally and emotionally to see that basically I started off with two, say 219, and now we're below that, right? As the overall balance. So I'm gonna roll with it for tomorrow. I'm gonna easily come and tomorrow I'm gonna have to start with two lots, right? So it sucks when you kind of see it and when you think from that perspective. Nobody ever wants to go backwards, of course, but when you see things like that and you're like, I mean, yes, last week was great. I mean, this was basically a break even trade. Um, well, it slipped a little out of my hands, but then the whole last week we were doing really well, right? So it basically doubled that account. Um, at least what I did start off with, but I'm not gonna be an asshole. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna say that I didn't have it coming. When you have great days like this, you can expect a very nasty day as well, right? So energy is always gonna be reciprocated one way or the other. What's crazy is that the Discord, my Discord that I have, is that, you know, basically, um, let me put it like that. This Discord that I have, I I feels like I'm the only one that took a loss. Not in just this Discord, but all the other Discords that I'm in, right? So just it's kind of crazy. Um, my big account, I lost $5,100, so it just sucks, it just sucks. But when we lose accounts, when we blow accounts, when we take massive trades, we're very very transparent, because that's the whole purpose of Discord, right? To have a loving, welcoming community that kind of consoles you, and at the same time that asks you, um, where do you think you could improve on. So what's kind of motivating and holding me through this whole day, to be honest, is that even though basically took I was the only one that took a loss today. um I still have people on my sides who basically are asking me for tips, strategy, advice. And obviously, when you see somebody who has something like this, trades like this, and of course on my much bigger account, when I make basically my rent money a day, yes, you want to basically learn from somebody like that, right? But even then, don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. I mean this as humbly as possible. I still have a lot to learn from basically all these guys. Even some of them are younger than me, some of them are older than me, but I still have a lot to learn, right? Because that's the name of the game. We come today, we come tomorrow, and we're always here to learn something, right? There's always a takeaway. So, look, if I were to basically, get rid of this, just kind of see what we're doing over here. Um, there's just no way I would have thought we would have been holding basically right here, right? Basically right here. Basically, because every time we came up, dropped, came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop. I would have never had assumed that we'd hold support right there. Just never. Now, ideally, if you look over here, it's actually it's sitting on it perfectly, like, um, right here. It's sitting so perfectly. Let me just delete these white lines, just so you can see it. It literally came down, flushed. I mean, came down, flushed. Came back up to pop it. Came back down to retest it. Popped it to the north. Came down, popped it. Came down, popped it. Came down, popped it. Came down. We did flush. As soon as we came back up, we had a little wick as a retest, and then fucking slowly but surely just popped, right? So, I mean, I mentally just was everywhere today. It was really heartbreaking, from that standpoint. But at the same time, the Wi-Fi went out, and there's just so much I could control. Now I could have prohibited, I could have limited basically a loss as of that size. Now I for sure would have. I definitely could have, and I would have. But to be realistic, where I would have basically close the trade out, I mean, only God knows, right? And even if I would have, or if I would have just let it run and blow my account, so that's a whole different conversation that I just have to be brutally honest with myself, right? So, what else? Look, I'm gonna come tomorrow. I've been basically taking the whole day today, just going to the gym after work, just driving around, getting my favorite burger, and just kind of just making sure I detox, right? And spending time with people that make me happy, that I love, right? That I want to be around. So, you have to really do whatever it takes to make sure that you mentally detox, right? So, I'm still kind of fighting the day to detox, but I'm gonna be calling it probably in 2 hours here, before I get some good quality nap. I mean sleep. Sorry. And I feel like that's all it takes, right? So I know how to trade. I'm not upset about this loss. Yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, whatever happened this morning already happened, right? Win or lose, it's like a 15 seconds of spotlight. Now it's on you. How are you gonna handle it, right? You could obviously celebrate. You could obviously frown a little bit. You're gonna probably drop a little tear. But at the same time, life goes on. Tomorrow is gonna come. It's gonna be a new day. Whether it's sunshines or rain, it's still a new day. Make the most of it, and carry on, right? So it is what it is. I still, again, I still stand by it, even if it costs me another trade. I still stand by it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna look at this chart after I'm done making this YouTube video, and I just want to. I'm actually just gonna clear everything right now, as a matter of fact, and just ready it for tomorrow, right? I want an empty, naked, clean chart. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people talk about, obviously at my work, since I'm an investor, a lot of people talk about order flows, right? Book maps. Now, yes, I could see basically all the reds, all the green ticket orders, basically indicating which ticket orders are red, I mean sells, and which ticket orders are buys. But here's the thing, it wasn't until 6:30, almost 6:32, so 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes in, it was more like 1.5 minutes in, until we started getting basically green orders flooding the screen, flooding the scanner, right? So with orders. So there's two things. Either you could basically say it lags, or you could basically just say it straight up isn't consistent, and it's more there to guide you for your stop loss and take profit, right? Ultimately. So a lot of people saying that you should be better because you have such machinery and equipment by your side. That's honestly another reason that another confluence that I use, that we should be dipping below this, basically, right? I really wanted to see basically dip right below that, just because we had so much red, and it made so much sense that we came up just to stall here. You can't tell me that that didn't look like a pretty solid zone, right? And plus, with all the red orders flooding the order flow, the scanner, it looked like we would have had a really great trade. Um, well, it was a great trade either way, but it just wasn't anything that I had in. I mean, anything that I thought that could have happened, right? So when it happened, I mean, I didn't really see this until almost like 6, 7 minutes later, and by then, both of my accounts had been basically already fucked up, right? So, um, look, what was it over here? It was 378 on the small account and $5,100, negative $5,100 on the big account, and in my work account that was almost, negative 200,000, right? So really, really close to that amount. So, look, I still gotta be honest. I still gotta be transparent, regardless of the issues, regardless of what went wrong today. My bias was wrong, so I straight up just deserved this L. I straight up just had it coming, right? Now, it is what it is. We live, we learn, and we move on. So as always, guys, please show these type of videos love. I would honestly just wholeheartedly support and love those type of comments, subscribers, likes, please. And as always, drop any type of comments where you think I could improve on my trading, what I could do better, what I should keep in mind. I mean, I'm always open. I'm always trying to learn myself as well, right? 9 years into the game, and I'm still learning. So it is what it is. As always, guys, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.